Yes. Greetings, citizens of beloved planet Earth. Allow me to turn off my fan so you may hear me more clearly. Yes. My name is Psycho Butt, and I'm on a quest of great promise and great glory and all that jazz. I intend on leveling up to 70 with my legendary paladin, Keanu. Yes, together we shall conquer Azeroth, and then we shall conquer the entire planet. Yes, the entire planet. Now, I remain here in Far Strata Retreat in the great province of the Eversong Woods. My next goal would be to reach the level 11, and once I do so, I'll travel across the high seas, pass over the Maelstrom, arrive in the great city of Orgrimmar, where I shall proceed onward south to Durtar and westward to the Barrens, where I will continue my adventure. But first things first, we must organize our inventory, as we are quite full of... Oh, look at the shield. Oh, this is the shield I had for... Now I have a two-handed sword known as the Far Strider. With this weapon I shall vanquish all who come before me. None will stand a chance, for I wield this sword with dignity, pride, honor, and light at my side. None shall stop me. 405 armor, I am invincible. Let's proceed. I will speak with Aaron and sell my goods. Sell this cloth, leather. I will sell cloth. Actually, I probably need that.
Be ready for anything.
Superior to the cloak I have, I shall wear it. Perhaps I should adjust the volume setting slightly. Perhaps not. I think my volume is fine.
Do not loiter.
Okay, she's a little loud, so I'm gonna turn her down just a little bit here. Actually, what I'm going to do is,
we will have justice.
For full immersion, I'm going to turn down the sound, turn down the music slightly, turn down the dialogue, yes, turn up the volume. We want a nice ambient noise to be nice and loud. Yes, the noises of the birds singing, the chirps, the crickets cricketing.
Everything has a price.
Yes, everything has a price. I'm going to sell this. I'm gonna sell everything I don't need. And little scraps I will sell. Yes, the Gladius. A humble servant. I will not sell the Gladius, for it is a token of remembrance. I shall keep it forever. It is a fine weapon that served many great purposes for me. Yes, many great purposes, yes. Alright, same with the shield. The great worn heater I shall store in my bank for record keeping, to be kept forever, and eventually, when they build museums and statues of me, they shall be kept in there. Yes, Shirella, indeed, my fellow blood elf maiden. Now, as my inventory is clear, I shall proceed onward and learn the ways of the two-handed sword. Weapon skills. My two-handed swords are not quite what my regular swords are, but I will slice my foes with this mighty weapon to increase my skill. And while I was gone, I chose to put a point in the improved blessing of might, for I am mighty, mighty. Yes, I am even mightier now, even mightier. Now, for my next adventure, I shall go to a paladin trainer, but I'm not sure where the nearest paladin trainer is, so I will ask this dignified guard with a very long shield. My class, I am a paladin. Building of the square. Okay, that doesn't seem to want to appear on my map, but probably somewhere in Silver Moon City, I imagine. Since I am a paladin of such great skill, I will relinquish leveling up my skill and instead go directly to the quest area, for I do not need of skill. I possess all the skill I could ever have. Now, to level up my two-handed prowess, let me take a moment to ponder which seal would be better for my two-handedness. We have the Seal of Righteousness. Each attack granting 13 holy damage. I feel like that would be good with the fast weapon, whereas the Seal the Crusader 40% faster, but perhaps it's Seal the Crusader, so I will vanquish my foes using the Seal the Crusader. His two-handed sword as I swing it and deal 15 damage. 27 damage. That's a lot of damage. Surely none other has done as much damage as this. Yes, quite a lot of damage there as I will lose the corpse of the creature and gain 2 small eggs I can use to create more herb-baked eggs, which I will eat in a moment now to perhaps gain stamina and spirit now. As you may know, I talk a lot. Probably be better if I modified my voice slightly to be a little more common to the ears. So let me adjust my microphone a bit. Talk in a softer tone. Yeah, it's a little bit more sultry, a little softer, so it's easier on your delicate, sensitive ears as I attack the stalker. The stalker doesn't stand a chance, for I am mighty. And as I speak, my two-handed weapon skills are going up. Yes, 28 is a very acceptable skill, but I require it to go all the way up. I believe 50 is the highest I can go to in this moment. Find my skills. Yes, it is 50. Yes, 50 indeed. So slice this with my two-handed weapon to slice this creature in bits into tiny bite-sized pieces. Yes, gotta remember the voice. Gotta softer voice. And I'll get closer to the mic and I'll speak in a softer voice. I'm sure that this sounds much better. Yes, as I continue my conquest to take over the world, one crazy dragon hawk at a time. Yes, crazy dragon hawk, I will siphon your mana. Seems yes, I've siphoned the mana successfully. Yes, quite successful, as I usually am in my adventures. So after slaying the dragon hawk, I will look at the map and I will venture once again over this hill where, if you remember from last episode, we could not quite fight these enemies as they were too strong, but now, with my far strider in hand, my head held up high, surely there's no foe I'm able to vanquish as I walk over this hill and perhaps change some of my graphic settings. Looking for render distance, but what happens if I increase the render skill? Nothing. Okay. I'll go back to... oh, wait a minute. Look at that. I can have a nice pixelated... well, that doesn't look very nice, dare I say. I shall return it to how it was before, which I believe the ideal... can't, like, once it gets here, I can't really tell the difference, so perhaps higher than 100. I think 100 is just fine here. Forgive me for lingering in the options menu. I would like the game to be as high quality as it can be for you. For you are important to me, viewer. I wouldn't be here without you. Yes, the conquest of world domination would be applied to the solo affair instead of one where I have an audience to witness my ascension to power, to greatness. Yes, my ascension to power, greatness, yes, I will stun this foe. Now they are helpless in my relentless assault to attack. 27, 31, I am dealing lots of damage to this creature. Yes, I will skin him for his leather. I have acquired more leather. Soon I will have all of the leather in the entire world. It will all be mine. Yes, I'll continue down this hill and we gaze upon the great sea of the east, the forbidden sea. Let's gaze upon the glory of the forbidden sea. What lies beyond this plain is unknown for everything west of me. I'm about almost as far east as you can get in the entire land of Azeroth. So gazing upon this empty sea fills me with a sense of wonder. What could be out there? How big is this world? Once I conquer Azeroth, that's a question I will ask myself for later. Yes, I'll proceed. But for now, I must proceed onward. First things first. In this quest, I need to deactivate some power sources, apparently. Well, that's something I can happily be able to do. So deactivating power sources is my specialty, dare I say. I'll interrupt your spell cast, and I'll continue to strike and kill you. I wasn't able to kill him before, but now I have 200 reduced armor. This is not a disease, neither a disease nor a poison, so I cannot dispel it, and I'll be silent for a moment as we listen to the sounds of the seagulls. Seagulls of the Forbidden Sea have greeted me. Yes, the Forbidden Sea. One day, once I have my massive army, we shall all traverse in that direction and conquer whatever lands may lie beyond. Yes, this is the way. This is the way. This is the plight that I am on. I'll give myself a blessing of might, and I'll continue to vanquish the foes. And with the spell cast with the stun, with the swift hammer of justice, this foe will quickly be neutralized. Yes, the threat has been neutralized. I have acquired a ripped worm scale I can sell for 15 copper, which is a respectable amount of copper, dare I say. A respectable amount. But as we can see, we're 13% of the way to level 11. Once I achieve that level, I will venture onto the Barrens. We shall say goodbye to Eversong Woods forever, but I don't intend on returning. Yes. Never intend on returning, yes. Until I have amassed my army, I will sail east, and as we ascend these stairs with lots of space in between, I'll be careful not to fall to my death. We'll hop from one stair to the next, watching my step gracefully, doing spins. I will use the Orb of Translocation in order to translocate my position. I have arrived at a new location, a floating building in the sky. Alright, these ether fiends guard the way. I shall vanquish them. I must be strategic in how I approach these units, as they are quite elusive, for they are nothing but ethereal clouds of dust. His friend is trying to avenge him, but little does he know, I will, as a master of the two-handed sword, there will be no avenging happening here. Duskwither apprentice, you shall perish. You shall, yes, yes. As we sit here in this high building of the Forbidden Sea, look at the view of the lovely view of the cliffs. I wish my render distance was higher. Perhaps there's a way I can increase my render distance. I will seek out the knowledge to see if I can do this, for I am curious to see what is beyond the fog of reach. Give me a moment, and I'll return shortly. Yes, shortly, yes. To bring tidings to you, for sadly there's no way for me to increase my render distance. However, I can, with this lovely macro here, increase the view distance of my camera. Before it was about here, but now look at how far we can zoom out. We can really get a good lay of the land, a good sense of scale for the environment around me. I'll just do a quick pan around to give you all a quick tour of where I'm at. Standing at the edge, the great floating building near the Forbidden Sea, as I vanquish these foes around me. This ether fiend I shall vanquish with my two-handed sword. Make quick work of this fiend, yes, quick work. I was thinking of perhaps giving my character some kind of backstory or some kind of motivation or something to sort of kind of distinguish herself from the give her some interesting decision-making points. I'm not really sure what or how, but I don't know, just to kind of make things seem more alive. And as we can see, there are these large gaps and these stairs. I will do my best to parkour across them. I was not wish to not fall to my death. I will hop from one step to another elegantly, gracefully. Yes, hop like a graceful rabbit. Yes, I have succeeded, and I was rewarded with 2 mana serpents that feel like they need to attack me, but luckily I am a skilled warrior, for no creature will be able to fight and win against me. One has been slain. I shall go for a quick heal, as I believe the attack speed of these things are not too high. Everything's going according to plan. Yes. I shall silence you, as you will not be casting fairy fire on me there, mana serpents. The 2 mana serpents have been vanquished, and I shall heal myself as my reward. Yes. Yes, it's been completed. I will sort of come over here and make a new window. Call it gameplay. 'Cause I will not wish to see the chats of anyone other than myself. Let's see. Yell's fine. Whisper is fine. No global channels. Oh. Being backstabbed, sucker punched by the Dark Wither apprentice. You'll regret this decision. Yes, you'll regret this. As you are now dead, but there is another one. There's another one behind me the entire time. No matter. I will vanquish him as well. With just a few quick slashes of my sword, he will be naught but a corpse laying on the ground. I mustn't forget I have minor healing potions. These are lovely potions that I can use in a pinch. Yes, quite lovely. Lovely indeed. Now I resume what I was doing. I seem to have forgotten what I was doing. Ah, yes, the chat window. Yes. Quickly I will change these settings. I will be swift for I know this is not the most riveting of content, but I will be swift in my honor reputation. Swift in my options. Battlegrounds is fine. I'm gonna turn everything off except for the global channels. So yes, the global channels are off. Suppose I could have turned off the global channels in general, but this is fine as well. Alright, now that that's done, I am no longer distracted by the yellings of those in lands I cannot see from far away. I'll proceed with my quest to deactivate the power crystal. This mana serpent is in my way. I shall vanquish them. From the force of the lights, may the lights be my guide as I vanquish this foe. Yes, I will slice him with a critical hit of 58. A very nice strike of the sword, dare I say. Quite nice, quite nice. I shall loot the beast and get some worn pants. See how the pants look on me, because why not? They look rather worn, dare I say. It's probably best if I sell them now. The power crystal. Nothing lies between me and the great power crystal. I will deactivate it. Yes, it's being done. First power source crystal has been deactivated successfully. Now this ether fiend is in my way. I shall vanquish this foe. Yes, with might. Must always make sure I have the blessing of might at hand. Yes, as I swing my sword, making noises of combat. Yes. I continue up these stairs. Who knows what could await me? What dangers could await me up here? I must remain vigilant at all times. I'm sure the extra stamina I shall gain from this herb-baked egg will save my life. So I'll consume it as I rest upon these stairs, listening to the sounds of seagulls in the distance, still pondering what lies beyond the forbidden sea to the east. After consuming my meal, I got up. Perhaps I should narrate. I'll try narrating if I can just remember to do it. So after finishing my meal, I'll continue up the stairs. I'll pretend like I'm maybe the consciousness of the character I'm playing. Maybe. So finished my meal. I proceeded up the stairs with caution. I spotted a green crystal, and lo and behold, the second power source I discovered. But I must remain vigilant. I see a mana serpent in front of me. I will confront it and attack it. I will vanquish this foe. It should not be a tough foe. Yes, as I was correct. I will not be casting fairy fire on me. You wretched creature, you are nothing but the glowing ball on the ground that I shall harvest for loot. I will take your eyeball and put it in my pocket. I am a collector of eyeballs. Now deactivate the second power source. It has been done. And my quest is just that much closer to being complete. In front of me lies a mana serpent. It has come up to me and I shall attack it. Yes, but he stands no chance for me. Paladin of the Sunstrider Isle. Yes. The foe has been vanquished and is now once again a glowing ball. Yes. Journal. I will acquire this journal. I will return this journal. Accept the quest. Abandon investigations, but I shall remain vigilant and make sure that I no longer die. Perhaps I should give myself some kind of punishment if I die. I'm not sure what that would be. That could make the experience slightly more immersive. Lots of ideas. This ether fiend is gazing upon the forbidden sea. I shall use this opportunity to strike from behind. I've done so successfully. I shall use mana tap to tap some of his mana. Nice. The sound is very important to me. I will configure the settings once again. Dialogue, ambient. We want ambient sounds, remote sounds, sound channels, game sound, master volume. Oh, he sucker punched me as I was configuring my sound settings, but it is no use for as a steadfast individual. None can sneak up on me, for I slay all my foes. As he lay there, a pile of corpses. I'll configure my sound once again. Do not all dialogue. I wonder if this disables. I'll see to leave that off for the time being. Or further. Oops, sorry about that. That was rather loud. The music I will enable, but I will not loop it. I do miss the music slightly. Actually, for now, we'll turn off the music. The sounds will be quite low. Music will be quite low as well. Master volume even higher. I want you to really feel the sounds of the sea. Feel it. Look at the void and just allow me to zoom out my camera so we can garner a larger sense of scale of our location. Yes, beautiful, isn't it? Architecture of the Sunstrider. Yes. Dead body behind me. Sign of my strength, of my prowess. None shall stand in my way. I'll proceed onward to the next foe. Use my seal. So the sounds are a lot quieter. Perhaps a little bit too quiet. I will turn them up slightly so the dialogue seems to not turn off my screams of combat, which is just fine. These up a little bit slightly. Re-enable dialogue. No matter. Languages network. Advanced. Is there anything here I would like to adjust? Let's see, I can adjust the brightness and the contrast. Let me see here for a second. I'm gonna optimize the brightness and the contrast for your viewing pleasure. Just allow it to have a moment. Alright. They've returned. I have adjusted the graphics accordingly. Now everything should look even more perfect than it was before. Yes. Brightness just right. Contrast is just right. Anisotropic filtering is just right, even though I don't really even know what that means. Alright, we will continue on our journey. Slaying this mana serpent. I think the volume is still slightly too high. Slightly, just... Okay. There we go. Pardon that. Pardon me. Yes. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Everything is crystal clear to me as I slice my foe in half. My ethereal foe. Yes. I have successfully sliced them in half and I proceed to... Seems I I have one more power source. Presuming it's higher up. Allow me to change the camera angle to something a little more dramatic. I'll turn off enemy nameplates, perhaps. A little more immersive experience. I'll use a minor healing potion in this moment. In fact, let me do this. Perhaps this should allow me to create an even more immersive experience for you. I cannot see my health. I almost died there. Let me bubble and heal myself. It's a close one, but sometimes that is the price you pay in order to find out the best looking settings. So I do like the look of it with the UI off. So perhaps I could find a way to maybe have my skills on another monitor. Or I could have these somewhere else, just so I can create the most visually immersive experience for you as possible. Because this is what this is all for. Creating a cinematic immersive experience. Yes, as I drink my large tankard. Yes, as a matter of fact, forgive me as I will take another moment to find the optimal settings. Now, let me do so. Alright, returned. Apologize for the jump cut once again. May look like I am in Alt-Z mode, that I've hidden my UI, but no, I have come up with the perfect user interface for maximum immersion. Yes, everything fades out of combat. As soon as I enter combat, things fade back in once again. Pardon. Genius if I might say so myself. I'm just kidding. Took me a little while to get the look like this, and it might take me some time to get used to it. However, I'm willing and ready to work with it and see where it takes me. I'll demonstrate for you what my UI looks like when I enter combat. As you can see, my buttons reappear as normal. Smaller, out of the way. Maximum immersion. Probably I'll move these a little bit too, but I think it's okay for the time being. So, turns out I fell during my escapade. I fell from grace. I no longer am up upon the great tower. I must climb my way up to the tower. Which is fine. I'm willing to attempt once more. It proves to be rather difficult, more difficult than I thought it would be. Yes. Yes, this man serpent nearly kills me. Or kill myself. Yes. I'll judge him harshly. Seal of righteousness and seal of judgment. Its inventory is full of items I shall discard some of them to I may continue to carry more items as I make my way to a building, a floating building in the sky once more. Attack this man worm here. I'll swing my sword, just as I always do. Gracious poise, balanced stance, a balanced combat stance, firm strikes. Continue up the dark brother spine and we'll translocate up to where we need to go. Once again, we are plagued by lots of enemies in the vicinity. This will be a trial and a tribulation indeed, but nothing we cannot handle. We're on the chosen one. As I turn this nameplate out on, get a better view of the enemies around me. The break I took, I downloaded several add-ons, disabled others. I like to spend a lot of time figuring my user interface. I don't know. Part of the fun, pardon me. Part of the fun for me to create the most interesting user interface possible. Over here at my mana, I understand that white, red, that font size is a little bit lower. There's something here I shall judge. Just kidding, I'll judge the Ether Fiend and stun the Mad Serpent. Finish off the Ether Fiend swiftly. Let's finish him, or I get destroyed by both of these opponents. Formidable. Still no match as I bubble. I don't have mana to shield, so it's kind of awkward. Well, we'll be dead here once again. Yes, we are. Proving to be rather difficult, dare I say. More difficult than I thought it would be. We will continue. Remain steadfast, alert, vigilant, head held high, for there's much work to be done. The hardest is yet to come, for this is just a side quest at level 10. Yes. I'll resume the video once I find my corpse. Alright, I found my corpse and I have resumed gaming. The true gamer that I am, it is currently 2:30 in the morning. I haven't slept a minute, been awake since, a long time, so give me my voice is low or unsavory or solemn, more solemn than it normally would be. Fine devotion aura, that's kind of the drawback of its UI. Things fade out in combat. Yes, it's okay for this one to not fade out with combat. I think it's okay for these to remain here. It doesn't break the immersion too much to do spells down here. And I think I honestly kind of missed the unit frame on the top left corner. Okay, so that didn't seem to do it. Give me a moment while I figure this out. After several trials and tribulations, I've successfully created a more immersive user interface. Yes, now I must hover over several things if I wish to see them. Some things are more hidden, things are smaller. Yes, it gives you, the viewer, better viewing experience in my opinion. If you like you disagree, feel free to leave a comment section below and I'll read it and consider what you have to say. One last thing I must do very quickly is configure mixed scrolling battle text. I will move the incoming. Can't seem to do that because this guy seems to want to fight me. I will kill this individual very quickly and then I'll resume moving the location of it. Add on X offset. I suppose we can move to the left over 30 more. Not going. We can move that to the right 30 more. That's what it look like. Now that gives a little more spacious scroll of spirit. Here's where we use a scroll of spirit. We could all do with a little more spirit. I might say. Use a scroll and increases my spirit by 3. We'll also eat an egg, which will further increase my spirit. I'll have so much spirit I won't even know what to do with myself. Yes. Might freaking float away and fly off into the wind as a ghost. I'll have so much spirit I'll turn into an actual spirit. Yes, but even though I'm still a fleshy blood elf, I do have tons of spirit in my heart. Or you require spirit if you wish to become the best paladin in the entire world. Require spirit, grit, dedication, things I have. Willingness to not give up. I've died several times here off camera. Yes, shameful, but I'll not lie about my trials and tribulations. This area is quite formidable. Its opponents are tightly knit, powerful. I do not have my level 10 abilities that I should have. I don't have the weapons or the armor that I should have. But that will not stop me from doing what I need to do from being successful. But a scalping tomahawk of power, alas, I do not know how to use axes. For I am a member of the art of the sword. I'm looking for refreshing clean water, but I can't find it. There it is. Sit here and take a sip of water. Should peer off into the ether. Forbidden sea. Who knows what lies beyond? I sure don't. Once I conquer the wall of Azeroth, I shall amass armies and sail that way and fall to my death. After falling to my death, I realized I must remain more steadfast. I must remain more vigilant, more aware of my surroundings. For I was careless, allowed myself to fall off a cliff, like a pleb. I must give this game more respect. I must pay more attention. I've died here too much. I've wasted my scroll of spirit. I've wasted an herb-baked egg. I'm paying the price. Pay the iron price for it. I said once. I keep saying I will not let that stop me. Yeah, look, there's a crystal up there that we must disable. I'll stop at nothing to do so. I'll die 1,000 times if that's what it takes. I will not stop. As I drink from my large tankard, I got up from my seat, ready for more. I take my weapons out, ready for the next foe. I will not stop. I will not charge on forward up the stairs. I'll use the crystal before the creature can bite me. However, he was unable to interrupt my translocation, and I was successful in getting up here. I stare at the building once again for the 17th time, knowing that no ether fiends and mana servants can kill the great Keanu weebs 18 times. Sword held high in hand, I marched on forward, judging the first enemy I see, using Seal of Crusader to increase my attack speed. Unsure if this is the optimal play, but not really caring. I swing my sword at the ether fiend, every swing sucking the life out of it more and more. I've slain it successfully, and I'm rewarded with a two-handed axe, severing axe of the eagle, a mighty weapon, but sadly I do not know how to use axes. I must throw something away. This discolored fang I will throw away. Fire this axe and attack the dust with that. Seem to have come out of nowhere. It isn't a match for me. Yes, block all the damage you want. That little stick of yours is not gonna save you. I'm a master. combat, close-handed combat, CQC, fully trained in close-handed combat and martial arts, master of 19 martial arts. No foe could stand in my way as I must be careful, I must not fall or jump to reach step with grace, poise, elegance like a swan gliding through the water. Yes, my sights nearly with the fiend, but no match. I will stun the fiend and I will kill it swiftly, justly. Yes, as I always do. Avenge myself as I believe this is the fiend that killed me once. He's parrying my attacks and I seem to be almost dying again. I use the fine shield and heal myself with holy lights. He has perished. There's only one left. One man, a serpent. Looked in the serpent's eyes with pure rage and anger as I would not let him kill me this time. Slash my sword. 23, 26, 22, 26 with the final judgment. The serpent dies. An opportunity to heal myself freely, without interruptions, so I do so. Drink some water. Contemplate my next move. Pre-planning ahead. Serpent on the right. Serpent on the left. 2 serpents guard this chamber. The first crystal that I previously disabled. I must proceed with caution. Not get too cocky. I got up, hopped to the final step, landing with grace. Decided that the best course of action would be to attack the mana serpent on the left. So I did so, using Keanu the Crusader. I slashed the serpent several times in the face, again for 25 damage, 23 damage. Parried my attack, no matter if I judged him and he perished. Yes. Satisfied with my work, I see it approaching, just with the apprentice who must have heard what happened. Well, one way to fight is forward. I charge at him, hit him with several Crusader strikes, and he was able. Another mana serpent. I was able to, fortunately, aggro it. But luckily, I was able to kill the apprentice swiftly. Now it's just me and the serpent, dancing in battle. He's clutching his jaws at me, floating in the air. I decided to pull off the heal as his attack speed isn't crazy. His heal was successful. I was able to unleash the seal on the creature and slay him. Yes, in this moment, I decided to take another sip of water. Ponder my next move. As I drink the warm water through my large tankard, I once again gaze upon the void, look upon the mountains, the trees, the beautiful autumn trees that cascade the landscape. Get one good view, careful not to fall to my death once again. Decided to not the best idea, so I turned around and proceeded up the stairs. Proceeded up the stairs, watching slowly. See a mana serpent just in the field of my vision. Decided I must fight it quickly, out of range of the others so they don't notice. I seem to resist my seal, and dodging my attacks, but that doesn't stop me. Strike him with 2 clutch critical strikes in a row and finish him with the finishing blow before he could cast Fairy Fire on me. Feeling confident and satisfied, I figured there's no time to waste, so I rushed to the next opponent and swing my sword at him. 26, 25. Dodged my attack with a swift blow, but I countered the dodge with 2 more attacks. 25, 23, 26. Finish him off with the seal. Take his residue and put it in my pocket. Surely some merchant would have use for this, but alas I do not, for it only sells for 3 copper. Well, figure, oh I see, each one sells for 3 copper, totally sells for 60 copper is an acceptable amount of money. I proceed. There's an opening on my right and my left, but I choose not to go in those directions. But Apprentice notices me and immediately starts attacking me. I attack him back. 27, 28. He's no match. But with one final slice, and miss. He was able to cast Shadow with pain on me. Oh dear. He's either fiend to come to avenge his friend. I give him a quick stun, slashing my sword, hopes that he will fall quickly, for I do not wish to engage this creature, for they do a lot of damage to me. Several swings of the sword, he falls, giving me free opportunity to once again use the power of the light to heal my wounds. Now that my wounds are healed, I decide it's time to take a drink of water, reflect on my next move. I go up these stairs and I see the power crystal. I see the end. I'll never have to come back to this wretched place ever again once I'm able to secure the final crystal. But I must remain vigilant and not get too hasty in my actions. Press this button that allows me to zoom out even further. Jump up the stairs one by one, careful not to fall into the waters below, having to do everything all over again. Get the jump slowly, elegantly, gracefully. There's the water princess guarding the crystal. It seems to be the last obstacle I have. We fight on the stairs in an epic battle. As we strike, we're careful not to fall, for it's gonna be the end of us. One misstep and it could be the end. We strike each other, but I strike him harder, faster. He falls, limp corpse, and then rewarded with a healing potion that will surely come to use in a short amount of time. I must find an item to discard. I take the potion, put it in my front pocket, ready to be used. As I hop to the final crystal, our platform quickly deactivated as no one is around. Hope careful not to draw too much attention. Me being successful, take the portal back to the ground, where we remain victorious. It took 17 tries, but we've done it. We've successfully disabled the crystals and saved the entire Sunstrider Island from the wretched foes. Be hailed as a hero, a marauder, a savior. Who knows? That's not the point. Shall continue to the next question mark in this direction, where I will granted experience, hopefully to level up to the next level. Once I hit the level 11, I'll be able to travel across the high seas to the faraway land known as the Barrens. I've heard rumors about this place full of wretched green creatures called orcs. There's even rumors that members of the Horde are able to rise from the dead as corpses and fight alongside the leaders of the Horde. Surely these rumors cannot be true. I suppose I'll find out for myself, as I'll be strong enough to finally travel to a faraway land as linked by two mighty serpents. Slice this one down quickly as I can. Probably might have to use the healing potion. No, I hit him with a great strike to the face, rendering him useless. I dodge and attack, hit him with the seal, try to get a quick heal if I may. Interrupted once more, but I got the heal off. I continue my strikes. With the seal, and one last swing of the sword. I miss. Try again. I was successfully slain the beast. I will heal myself once again on my own. Realizing that I do not have blessing of mine, I cast it on myself. Wondering why I was doing such little damage. Now it all makes sense to me. Release the seal on this creature. And now I'm practically doing double damage. Before I was doing like 20, now I'm doing like 70,000 damage. Now, I did that because I wanted to make it harder for myself. To prove that I don't need blessing of might. I could do it without it. Clearly that's my intention. Clearly I did not forget to use it. I just decided not to for my own sake. I wish to stole mana from them. Cool if that ability stole mana, so it can actually have some kind of goddamn use. No matter, I digress. Feeling the swarm of serpents that attack me. Angry that I decided to deactivate the crystal, I run ahead and proceed As the groundskeeper knows real thing. Complete the quest. And of course he wants me to kill 6 mana serpents despite me already killing 786,962 of them. I decline his offer, saying no, I already killed 786,962 of them. He looks at me with disgust. I do not wish to slay any of these creatures. I wish to get as far away from this place as I possibly can, so I run down to the question mark down below. The quest giver, that is Apprentice Lothias, waits me. Probably thinks I died. It's never to return, slain by the mana creatures, but no, I was able to successfully do it after some trials and tribulations. And the serpent has decided to try to attack me once again. No matter, I will slay it with a two-handed weapon. 2 more strikes, it is dead. Creature is now dead. Proceed onward. Looking for my next adventure, awaiting what's in store for me next. Proceed forward, deciding I don't wish to bother with these wretched creatures anymore. Sneak, I run past them. Swiftly, I run past them as fast as I can go. I am done with these horrible, awful creatures. I've slain enough of them. I've seen enough of them. Heard enough of their cries, their wretched noises, their pitiful essence. I hand him to the jewel proudly. I hand her the jewel proudly, and she gives me much needed experience. Yes, now that I'm level 11, I may invest in other talent points. I shall invest another one. It's the improved Blessing of Might, which will make my Blessing of Might even stronger now. Yes, I've now acquired the strength of 1,000 elephants, able to slay any foe effortlessly. Zelda Spring Paw, for example, still have no chance against me. 33-26 in quick succession, up with another 29. Great swing, another one. I swing quickly, precisely. I land a final judge on him, and then I finish him off with stabbing him in the eye. Skin is fur, and acquire leather to add to my leather collection. Now I have 15 leather. I will sell it for 700,000 gold in the auction house and become rich. Use this money to buy better weapons and armor. Once I return to Fairstride Retreat and turn in this quest, I'll attempt to discover how to travel to Orgrimmar for the first time in my life. As a blood elf growing up in Sunstrider Isle, will be my first time leaving Eversong Woods. I'm excited, also scared at the same time. I don't know what horrors await me in Kalimdor, as the place is called. But I am powerful, for I'm a paladin of Sunstrider Isle. As a paladin, yes, of the great Sunstrider Isle, I fear nothing I can't handle. Going to other lands will provide me with even more experience. I'll only become stronger, mightier, closer to reaching my goal of becoming the strongest paladin in the entire planet, the strongest one the world has ever seen. I'm stronger than me, and yes, none on the entire planet, wielding my great sword, known as the Far Strider, to vanquish all who stand in my way. Yes, all the wood chopper I've gotten out for gold. Before I go, I might have to return to Silverman Sea to learn of more weapons. Perhaps the way of the, who knows, perhaps I could learn the way of the axe, and wood axes, or the pole arm, or the mace, to increase my weapon versatility, to give myself more options. Though I live by the way of the sword, it would be wise for me to consider using other weapons of war. I approached the blacksmith and show them my weapons. I told myself I would not sell Gladius. I would not sell the Worn Heater shield as they're near and dear to me. Rather, I'll sell the hatchet. I'll sell the rest of my weapons. Actually, perhaps I should sell these on the auction house and garner lots of money. Enough money to perhaps buy my way to the top. I could just buy the continent. Yes, that is a good method for world domination. It's financial. Yes. Why conquer your enemies when you can just buy them out? A solid plan. A warlock approaches me from behind with this tiny imp creature. Beings of dark magic, warlocks are. I do not trust them one bit. I wouldn't trust that thing with my life. Would not. Alright. But I digress. Let's walk up and turn to the quest giver. Return to Magister Duskquiller. Tell him of my ills. He gives me a robe, a soft, warm robe, and the reward. And also, I receive silver. I have 39 silver. Soon I'll have 1,000. Yes, I'll be the richest man in all of Azeroth with 1,000 silver, surely. Now, I must ask the Silverman Guardian of the weapons. Does it seem to know? Is it a profession? Class? No. Not a class or profession. Pet handler. Doesn't seem to know where the weapons trainer is. Perhaps I'll ask this guard. Maybe he will know instead. This guard, in his eternal wisdom, seems to me, knows exactly where he can take me to train my weapon skills. I wish to learn the way of the axe, I must travel to Orgrimmar. Wish to learn the way of the mace, I must travel to Thunder Bluff, city of cows. I must learn the way of the pole arm. Well, they teach that here in Silvermoon City. I will make my way up to the city. I will learn the way of the pole arm. That will be my next quest. Learn the way of the pole arm. And then I'll head off to Orgrimmar. That will be my next goal.